Peace, this is Nicole at Pure Essence Beauty, and I'm here with stage play writer Bilal of Childhood Loss. Nice to meet you. I had a very pleasant experience at the stage play, and I just had to meet you. So tell me, how did you get into stage play writing?
Well, I got into writing back in 1999. I wrote a short story. It was called At the Playground. So it was a short story. It was about 20 pages. To be exact, it was 27 pages. Sent it out to a couple of publishing companies. And one publishing company, which was called First Print Publishing Company, decided to publish it for me. So, and that I enjoyed that, getting those little checks like $15 a month, you know what I mean? But I still work. So then my place of employment closed down, and I entered a contest.
Wow.
And through entering that contest, I won.
Okay.
And I wrote a stage play which was called I Am Somebody.
I Am Somebody.
Right, and it was like my West Side hip hop story.
That's
So,
hot.
It was pretty cool. I wrote a little stage play for these. But when I won, I had to do it with the organization that I won the contest with, which was a daycare center called Dixon Daycare.
Okay,
So I had
it was
to
for
use
children.
I had to use their children, which was from age 7 to 12, 13. And that was an experience, working with them children. It was a lot of fun, but it was an experience. So after that, the children enjoyed it, the parents enjoyed it. And then
How many years with that span?
from 1999 to 2009. From 1990 for 10 years.
10 years.
I want to ask you, through all this, where do you draw your inspiration for your stage plays from?
Well, I've done 11 productions so far, and a lot of the productions that I've done are based on just reality-based stories. I did a play which was called Why Is It So Hard to Tell the Truth? It was about spousal abuse, and I think, that's something that people need to bring out on the table a little more. Then I did a play which was called How Could You Do This to Me? And it was about a marriage couple, and the husband had an affair. And, at home she had no idea it was happening. So it was like, this was supposed to be my life, you and I, so how could you do this to me, And, then I did a play which was called What Dreams Was Made Of, which was like my way to exhale, but guys. Guys. So it was my first comedy, people really appreciated it. So, I base my stories off of things like that, real life stuff that I feel like is real to me. So maybe it'll be real to whoever sees it.
How can we hear or see these past projects? Because I would love to see that project.
Well, which one? What Dreams Was Made Of?
All of them, yes.
Well, I do have them on DVD, but, I'm trying to, coordinate with Mr. Pink and get, my productions barcoded so they can be, put out there to a point where I have a portfolio that is presented accordingly, Right now,
I would love to see that. I would really love to see that.
Well, you can get to see, how could you do this to me soon? So, hold on to your hat.
VIP. And again, what was the name of that project?
How could you do this to me?
How could you do this to me? And what was the other
Why
one?
is it so hard to tell the truth? And What Dreams Was Made Of.
Wow, so
Which
you
was my
had,
first comedy, so it was pretty cool.
and that was say that one more time.
What Dreams Was Made Of.
What dreams are made of?
What
Okay.
dreams were made of.
What dreams were made of?
It's about these guys, they talk about what they thought life was going to be like, but they all grew up together in high school. And they're like, yeah, man, when I get older, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that.
We gotta get this. We gotta see this. We gotta put this out there for you guys to see this, because we're not just gonna leave it at childhood loss, because they need to see what came prior to that.
Yeah, so make sure you check out Facebook.
Yes, catch me up on Facebook, look me up, Bilal Islam, or like I said, just, you can find me. You know, it's the big picture of me is a writer, producer, director. That'd be me.
Nice.
He said you could find me.
So I'd like to know more about your play, Childhood Lost. Can you just explain me what it's about for everyone?
Well, I'll do my best to explain to you what Childhood Lost is about. But you know, I'm just a writer. You know, but it's about, these teenagers, who get themselves caught up in a certain position in life and consequences do fall apart of it, and it's based on, their lives, different things that go on in different moments and different occurrences.
When I saw the play, it hit home to me in a lot of reasons why. Because I was a child lost, basically. I was a teenager lost out there. I grew up here in Philly, North Philadelphia, Badlands, and I know what that struggle is about, trying to find yourself out there, getting involved in things that can possibly have an effect on you when you get older. So I could truly relate to the whole childhood loss theme.
Yeah, and that's interesting that you say that because, I was a childhood loss too, but in a different aspect, because I had everything, at the time when I was growing up, didn't need for nothing.
Yeah, me too. That's what I thought.
Right, but knowledge, and then when it came to me, when this project came to me from, the writers of the books, Childhood Lost, I really didn't know if I could accomplish what has been accomplished and what is being accomplished, through Childhood Lost.
Within that book, just
right within the story itself.
Right.
Because
how to translate it into a play.
Well, no, I can do that. If you want your book turned into a stage play, I'm your man. But no, more so getting people to relate to my teenagers.
right.
Getting people to becoming this individual that can write about teenagers. Because I told you, how could you do this to adults? Why it's so hard to tell the truth? Adults. What dreams are made of? Adults. And I can, like I said, I can go on and on. I did a play, something old, something new, something broad, something true. Adults. So now, when I meet, the writers of Childhood Lost, which is Holly Hayes and Stephen Gardner, I'm like, they talking about teenagers, like, how can I bring this to stage? Because we know teenagers are, you can't put on stage what they say.
No,
You can't ask the clergyman to come listen to this or see this play, or sometimes you can't even ask grandma to come see it the way these teenagers are nowadays, and the things that come out of their mouths.
Right.
So I was like, can I do this? And that was a challenge for me.
And I can understand that challenge with getting teenagers out because I started a teenage group. It's called Sacred Beauty Teens, and it's a teen group for girls. And it was so hard to get these teen girls all together at once. And then when I did try to get them together, it was, everybody wanted to be either cliquish or in their own zone. And I think as women, we need to learn, and that's something that you learn from your parents, from your mother, from your grandmother. You have to learn how to communicate with each other. And these teenagers do not know how to communicate with each other. They don't know how to feel me because social media is so prevalent in their world that they don't know how to feel me. You know that saying that we used to say, feel me, I feel you. They don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about their life because they on social media. So all they doing is Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and they don't know how to relate when it comes to the physical
conversation, because you never know what that person is doing on the other side. They could be texting you and laughing at you at the same time.
Yeah.
So you never know what's going on.
Catfishing, the new catfish thing.
That crazy. Yeah, I was watching that just the other day. I was like,
and it happens. I know someone who was catfish. Yeah, before it was a name for it.
Right.
Anything that you would like to say to the teens now about, we all know I'm just going to bring it up about the Trayvon Martin case and the Zimmerman verdict. Is there anything that you would like to say to the teens out there? Because I want this message to go to teenagers, because there's been a lot of things going on social media that's been disturbing to me. So is there anything that you would like to say to these teenagers in retrospect to what's going on with the Zimmerman verdict and Trayvon Martin case?
Yes, in regards to the Trayvon Martin case, I was talking to my daughter, and I was talking to my 16-year-old, and I was trying to explain to her that sometimes society has its own view of an individual, no matter what, and it's sad. It's really sad because I try to tell my daughter, every day, I try to tell her, where are you going? Where are you going and what are you wearing? Because people do judge you from the outside in. My oldest daughter is 28. She graduated from Millersville, and then she just graduated from Temple. She's the head of human resource department of a very prestigious school for children, handicapped children. And she's the head administrator. I actually call her my Republican Megan because that's what she is.
I said that about my teen. I said my teenagers turned into a Republican, and I'm kind of agreeing with her. But
and I used to tell her growing up, what she gets now is, you wear those tight jeans and you wearing that little shirt, and those words are out there, like drug abuse, rapists, child molestation. Those words are out there for a reason, because those people are out there.
Right.
So when you start doing things, make sure you have a reason for what you're doing. Did Trayvon have a reason for what he was doing? Who knows best but Trayvon and the Creator.
Right.
But what we do know is that through everything that happens, there's a cause.
Right.
And I think that cause was unnecessary.
Yes.
And that's the way I feel. But you also have to understand, and this is to the teenagers, that you have to be accountable for what you do in all ways. Think about what you're doing before you do it. Make your decision the best decision for yourself and not no one else.
Yeah.
Not
Be
because
mindful.
you want somebody to say, oh yeah, he did this or he did that. Do it because you know that's the best way to walk for you.
And I also say to the teens, be very careful what you put online, what you text, because these things are very important. When we were teenagers, it wasn't social media where you can throw this stuff out. But just because this teenager, just because he may have pictures of him blowing smoke or, doing this, doing that, there's 3-year-olds that do that, but they don't know what the meaning of it is, and that doesn't mean that you're in a gang.
Right.
So, these teenagers just need to realize their footprint, because it's different than the footprints that we walk.
And one thing that we all need to understand, and teenagers need to really understand this, is that what you do not only affects you, it affects everyone that touches you.
I just would love to thank you for interviewing with us, with me and Erica. We had a really good time interviewing you, and I found out so much more about you, Bilal, and also childhood loss.
Well, I want to thank you both for having me. Both of you are very pleasant hostess, and it was a lot of fun.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Peace.